Greetings YouTube and welcome to an updated video on the infamous, literally, Infinite Streak. Something that so many people have asked me about, especially since the recent two updates have changed the meta of Infinite Streak. You know, it's really interesting. I was talking to Idolist over lunch a couple of weeks ago, and he posed to me a question. Do you think it was actually ever Kabam's intention to even have an Infinite Streak in the arena? And personally, I don't. But I think that the algorithm is such that if you get to a certain amount of fights, you will be focused enough and lucky enough to have death matches not appear. But in increasing number, we have seen death matches creep up more and more to the point, especially in the 5-star featured, where I don't care if you're in round number 150, you can trigger a death match. So I want to show you collectively what I do, and I want to go ahead and illustrate this through, because I've got champions locked, through the 4-star arena, so you don't have to watch me beat 3 different fights in order to get there. So let's just, for the sake of argument, go with this week's 4-star featured, which is, of course, the Red Skull Arena. Even though I think Red Skull looks pretty trash when it comes to an attacking, I do think as a defender, especially like an armor-up node, he might be pretty good. But I don't think he's somebody that's definitely going to make or break your chances at destroying this month's Uncollected, even if you pull him. Okay, so I want to point this out for the audience here. You need to understand that the Infinite Streak is based upon about 3 different factors. And it's fights 1 through 10, fights 11 through 15, and then fights 15 through 20. Everything after that, although just to be safe, I go to round 25, which is probably overkill. Everything after that, you're going to have to follow the same parameters. But in rounds 1 through 9, I have enough in my arsenal to only use rank 3 4-star champions. That's right, I just use 4-star champions, and I do a combination of people like you've seen Yondu and Crossbones and Luke Cage and Storm. I will say that I use the trash champions like Satan herself, She-Hulk, Magneto, Spidey, Gwen, Groot, both Magnetos, Joe Fixit, King Groot, Old Balls, Logan. Those champions for fights 1 through 5, because once you get to round 5 or win streak of 5, you have a 3 times multiplier, which increases your points. And so you want to save your best rank 3 4-stars for those rounds 5 through 9, because that is going to indicate the best skill needed to improve and increase your rating and your streak when you go to a win streak of 10. Now, once I get to a win streak of 10, I only use... Now, the 4-star featured, we're going to cover both the 4-star featured and the 5-star featured for this video. The 4-star featured, I have had incredible luck at getting very easy fights, only with 5 stars that are rank 3 or higher. So I have enough 5 stars to where, even with people like my rank 3 Guillotine and Yellow Jacket and Ultron and Nebula, Yondu, Ronin, or this month's MVP against certain uncollected bosses, I'm very good with getting, when I say fights that are solid, I'm talking about fights in rounds. So if you're going for a win streak of 11 through 15, fights with a player index, a PI of about the same as I'm fighting. Maybe it's 1,000 higher and I'm fighting a team of 7,000s. But if you've got a team of 6,000s, you're fighting with a team of 7,000s, you should do pretty well. You should easily, if you're skilled in this game, defeat an arena streak and keep it going if you are only 1,000 PI less. It's the death matches where you're bringing in this trash Daredevil Netflix at 2,900 PI and you're going against a 14,000 PI 565 Void where you're pretty much just screwed from the beginning. Now, I want to point out this. From the 5-star featured arena, I still get a lot of really tough matches, mostly 6 stars, even 6-star rank 2. One guy must have Crystal Opening Whale and then some level money to spin on the game, because he had 2 rank 2 6-star champions. I don't even know how that's possible with the items in the game, but that's what the account had. and I still had to use my rank 3 5 stars to defeat it. And even though I did, it's not easy. So on the 4-star featured, I would certainly save my rank 3 and above 5 stars and bring them into arena teams. And if not, use your 550 4 stars from fights 11 through 15. Now, once you get a win streak of 15, you can use up to your 4-star 440s, but do not use anyone lower, especially if they're under a 4,000 PI for either the 4-star or 5-star arena, until you have secured the infinite streak, or what I would consider to be a streak of at least 20, though it might even be safe to do 23 or what I do 25. Now, the question becomes, how do I keep that infinite streak? Well, in the 4-star featured arena, I have run into death matches with 4 stars that are below 3,500 each as a PI on an arena team. So, I would recommend that maybe if you are bringing in simply 4 stars into the arena, that you bring in, like say I've got 3,700, 3,600, and 3,600. Or maybe you want to do 3,800, 3,700, and 3,400 like the Civil Warrior. But don't bring in 3 champs that are under 3,500 PI, or else chances are in the 4-star featured or the 5-star featured, you will trigger a death match. Now, the 5-star featured is what we see mostly when it comes to death matches. And I want you to know that I have a new policy that has never failed me. That's right, I'm putting my reputation on the line for this. If you want to do something that so far is guaranteed to work and prevent death matches, take one 440 4-star. So let's say that I'm going to take, my 440s are currently refreshing and recharging, but we're going to change that availability. Let's say that I'm going to take a 4809 Howard the Duck, who is 440, and I am going to team him with 2 lower level 5 stars that normally trigger the death match. Let's say I'm going to use him to fight Ant-Man and Punisher. That should, in the 5-star featured, be enough to not trigger a death match. Make sure you've got one 440 4-star that's above 4,000 PI and 2 125s, even if their PI is below 3,000, 5 stars. If your PI is too low, and no matter what, especially if you're around level 60, I would encourage you to watch my mastery videos. I'm going to do a new one soon that updates my PI, because I took a lot of people's advice and I actually maxed out. I had spent the units to max out Despair, and I took it away from a couple other places, and it actually has improved my PI by about 50 more. So I'll come up with an updated mastery video soon. So, to recap, if you're in the 4-star featured arena, fights, and really 4-star or 5-star featured arena, fights 0 through 10. So to get a win streak of 10, you want to do 3 30s 4 stars. And you ideally want to save your best 330 4 stars for fights 6 through 10. Once you get to a win streak of 10, you want to build that win streak from 11 to 15. 5 stars, I recommend your best rank 3 and above 5-star teams, or your best 550 not 440s, your best 550 4 stars. And in the 4-star featured, you want to do the same thing, but the beauty of the 4-star featured is that if you use rank 3 and above 5-star teams, you should automatically get easy fights between rounds 11 through 15. Once you get to a win streak of 15 and above, only use 440 teams and above. The higher PI, the better, until round 20 to 23, and then you can use the other teams, but make sure the PI of your 4 stars is above 3,500, and if that 5-star PI, which there are quite a few of, dips below 3,500 and you've got like 3,200 and 3,100, use a 440 that's above 4,000 and pair that one champion with the other 2 5 stars and put them together, and you should avoid the infinite streak. So far, in all the tests that I've done on both the 4-star and the 5-star, I have not seen it. I also want to say when I close this video that so far, knock on wood, in the 4-star featured arena, any champion, regardless of PI, that's maxed out as a 5-star at rank 125, that's ready to go to rank 2, but you haven't put them up yet, any team that normally triggers a death match in the 5-star featured does not trigger a death match in the 4-star featured. However, it is those death matches in the 4-star featured with PI of 4 stars below 3,500 collectively each that have triggered the death match for me in the 4-star featured. Do not, under any circumstances, bring 3 champions in the 5-star feature to this current meta of the game that are below 3,500 PI together and think that you're going to be safe. I don't care if you're in streak 180, because chances are the algorithm for the infinite streak will trigger that death match. And good luck fighting your 2,900 duped Ant-Man against that 565 Blade. I'm not saying you can't do it, but at least for me, about 70 to 80% of the time, I die. And I don't want you to face the same consequences that I face in the infinite streak. So I hope that helps. If you would like to see an updated video of like a 2 or 3-star featured, comment below, let me know. Maybe I'll do it. But for right now, the 4-star featured and the 5-star featured arena are the arenas that I get the most questions about. Lastly, if you're grinding in the Tier 4 Basic Arena or the Tier 1 Alpha Arena, it follows the same rules and the same principles that I outlined in the 4-star featured arena, not the 5-star featured arena, since 6 stars are not allowed in that arena at this point in the game. Thanks for watching, YouTube. That was certainly a lot to go through in 11 minutes, but I hope it made sense. And if you've got any specific comments, comment below, let me know, and I'll do my best to respond to them. And as always, if you like this video, like the video, subscribe. I put out videos every day to help this community that I love so much, and I'll continue to push myself to help you so that you stop seeing those freaking annoying death matches every time you log in and grind in the arena.